morning, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Gonna try to work on this Indiana Jones what was it saying? Oh, Indiana Jones Stargate crossover. Excuse me. Like most of my paintings, I have an idea, but I don't exactly know how to execute it, so we are just gonna go for it and see what happens. I'm already a mess. But I'm excited to see what we can do today. So, yeah. Indiana Jones and Stargate. I wonder if anybody else has ever thought of that, or if I am just one of a kind. Am I the only person who's ever thought about this? Don't know. Alright. Let's see. So, I got my foundation down just to kind of block out, except for the Stargate and Indy himself, just to give myself an idea of what to do. I kind of like how the sky turned out, but the perception, the distance, and everything is not exactly where I want it to be. I think it's a great place to start off with, but it's a little bit disproportional. I don't know. And you can't really, unless you're up close, you can't really see a lot of the details of like these palm trees that I've put in here. That's okay. That's alright. We'll just go ahead and get started and just play around with some stuff. Holocron Library Fox. Hey Carter, painting mission member Carter. Are you talking like Agent Carter? Like from S.H.I.E.L.D. or wherever it was, or Captain America? I'm gonna see if I can, good morning by the way, I'm gonna see if I can elevate this a little bit. I did a little bit of research over the weekend of other kinds of paintings to just to get some ideas, because like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. So we're just gonna go with it, you know. See what happens. I kind of want to start over here, but coloring is better over here. Well, we'll just give it a shot. We're just gonna see. I knew I needed to get back painting with this because of the oil paint, otherwise we'll start drying. Excuse me. I originally did the mountains with a palette knife, but I think that was too crisp. I want it to look like it's further away, so it needs to be a little bit blurry. Holocron Library Fox, if you're still there, can you let me know if you hear me all right? Oh, it says what? You did watch Stargate? Maybe not the series then. I did watch. Oh, Carter, I'm sorry. I did watch the series. I'm just right away, my mind. So somebody has told me before that I look like Agent Carter from like the S.H.I.E.L.D. thing, so that's like where my mind went immediately, which is terrible. I'm a huge Stargate SG-1 fan. Huge Stargate SG-1 fan. In fact, last year for Christmas, I actually got the entire series, the SG-1 series, on DVD, and I actually have yet to unpack it, which is terrible. Maybe. It just feels like a collector's item. Like, one day I'll go in and I'll watch it, but right now it's like, I feel like I just need to treasure it a little bit. And because, you know, the streaming companies, they just decide when to put them on, when to take them off, and I'm like, when I'm in the mood for Stargate, I don't want to be searching around. Like, I want my Stargate. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I have the music turned down on my end. I have the music turned down on my end, and so I can't hear it because I didn't want it to transfer into the microphone and like be like this weird reverb or something. Thank you for letting me know. Let me turn it down a little bit. Excuse me. So, if anybody's hung around me on the internet, like maybe here on my channel, on the streaming, or on the movie review channel that I'm on Inside the Booth, I've talked about Stargate before and how much I love it. But, fun fact, I've never actually finished the series. And I know people are like, what? Why not? It's so great. I believe it. I absolutely believe that it's phenomenal. But the reason I just can't bring myself to finish the series is because one of my... See, this is what happens when you get involved with franchises later that happen when you stumble upon them, right? So I didn't keep up with SG-1 when it first came out. I discovered it like 3 years ago. So like what, 18, 20 years after it had already come out. It's kind of like... Anyway, let me get back to my point and I'll expound further. So yeah, I've never gotten past season 6, I believe it is. Because I found out while scrolling through Pinterest that one of my favoriteest characters died. Okay? They killed her off. And I've actually done a video. I'll have to post a link to that. Let me get that taken care of. I've actually done a video about one of my favorite characters on Stargate. And Dr. Janet Fraser. And she died. And so I am not ready and willing to watch that yet. I just don't want to do it. Now, Holocron asks, did you hate the shift away from the old cast? You know, that's partly why I don't finish a lot of different series that I do love. Like Stargate, Star Trek Next Generation. I get this, oh gosh. Star Trek Next Generation, I'm all about it, right? But I never finished it. I only ever watched it in the wintertime. Like, it's really wonderful to watch when you're painting. And so I don't know why, I've just never finished it. But I am not really a fan when they start to shift away from the original questions. Cast characters. I'm sorry, I'm reading while I'm doing this. Let me post this in here. Let me see if I can. So if you ever want to watch some fan art that I've done for Stargate, I did do a Dr. Janet Fraser video. You can watch that and check that out later on. And I think she's such a neat side character. Well, obviously I didn't like Janet dying, but I found it done with very respectfully. She wasn't wasted. Okay, good. Yeah, you know, and I know that happens sometimes, and you know all this, but I just discovered it, and like, you know, a couple years ago, and I'm not ready to go there. I know Backyard TARDIS. He's like, you have got to watch it, and I'm like, I will, one of these days. By the way, I'm very happy, or much happier with that's going on right here, and then eventually I will put the tropical trees here. I'm really happy with this. I might still kind of touch things up, but overall, this looks like it's blurry, so it's further away, and I like that better than over here. I wasn't sure how I was going to recover from this, to be honest, so I'm glad that this worked out the way that it did. But yeah, I do love Stargate. The movie was phenomenal. Yeah, okay, so this is going to be one of the few times, right, where I am totally fine with the decision that they made to change Jack's character, O'Neill. Like, his personality. You know, the guy doesn't look a thing like Kurt Russell. I think we can all agree on that, on that. And then not only that, but he's a very different character, like very different personality. And normally that would not be okay, right? Like maybe screaming. Maybe there's people that don't like that, but I'm okay with that. The series, I don't think would have been nearly as interesting and as well made because of the humor that's in there. If he would have had continued the seriousness that Kurt Russell's character has in the film. Michael Shanks does a fantastic job as Daniel. Like he really caught that spot on. I'm glad they try to keep that, you know, very similar to the characters in the film. But I don't know why, but it's a remarkable that this is one of the few times where I'm like, I'm so glad that they didn't try to make him like the movie. Who would ever say that, right? Who would ever say that? That is true. Okay, I don't want this side to be as light. Now, that being said, there were a couple of leaks with the Indiana Jones film that's going to be coming out. Was it next year, fall or something like that? I guess Harrison Ford recovered well enough to continue filming because he was having some serious issues, right? Like, he was like falling or hurting himself or what the case might be. I mean, he is getting pretty old, and he's not really a action actor anymore, is he? So, let me see here. But, you know, is anybody actually interested in seeing the next Indiana Jones? I think a lot of us, even though we're like, oh my gosh, how can he continue doing this? He's getting older. It's not going to be the same. Just let it go. But at the same time, we're still willing to watch these movies because of nostalgia. Like it's Harrison Ford. It's almost like, how could we not want to watch these films? You know, it's like, hold on to them as long as possible. But I know there were some leaks on Twitter for the new trailer, but then they got deleted. Because, you know, shouldn't be doing that. But I am like many people, a huge fan of the Indiana Jones franchise. But that last movie, The Crystal Skull, what even was that? Like, it just was too weird. It's too weird. I didn't like that. I didn't really like that. Holocron says, I hated the change from Kurt Russell. I loved Stargate, and I resented them putting MacGyver in for several years, shutting the series. Only much later when it was clear they kept up, even improved quality significantly. I gave it a reluctant try and slowly, and I understand that. I totally get where you're coming from. Yeah. When I started watching the show, it was like, wow, this is a whole different person than what was, you know, in the movie. But I liked it. I could not see it the same way if they would have kept that serious note in there. It just worked really well. And Amanda Tapping, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce her name. She plays, you know, Samantha Carter. Fantastic job. It was just an overall good cast. I don't find too many shows anymore where you just are like, the cast has this chemistry that's just unbelievable. And of course, that's also, you know, they worked together for so long. But even before that, like even in the beginning and everything, it just fantastic work. And then I haven't watched the movies, you know, so because I want to watch them in order and everything like that. I have watched Stargate Atlantis. It's okay. I don't mind it. It's easy watching. I'm not as invested in that as I am in SG-1, but I do enjoy it. I will say, like I said, it's easy watching. Let's see. I like the way this is going. Still looks like it's really close, but that's okay. I should have had this maybe tapered down to nothing here and left this, but that's okay. It's all right. I don't mind. It's really thick and bushy, and that's all right. Yeah, I like Stargate Atlantis. McKay was pretty funny. He got on my nerves. Now, I watched some of Stargate Atlantis before I got as far as I did in SG-1. And so having seen McKay then in SG-1, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. They have some of the same people. Like, you know, I had a moment. Like, it was really cool. All right, let's see here. Yes, the change was awkward and the explanation cheese, but they went with it and did good stuff with the change. So in the end, I didn't mind how the cake came out, even if it isn't the original recipe. Yeah, like I said, it was a bold decision to do that for sure. But I think it paid off. I really do. I kind of wanted to have like stone. Now I'm just going to make this much harder for myself. And I can do the coloring later, but that's nothing new. It's nothing new for me to make things more difficult for myself. Hey, JT! Good to see you. I'm trying to work with my Indiana Jones Stargate crossover here. Learning as I go. Oh, you know what? It is so cool. All right, so I'm pretty excited with what I've just done here. I have waited a little bit too long to retouch some of this stuff because the oil is starting to get tacky, but it's actually working in my favor in some areas down here, and I'm glad about that. It's creating a different kind of texture that I'm okay with. Is it too dark? Lighten up a little bit. We'll see what happens. I could totally regret doing this. JT, how you been? How are Late Night with Cap going? How's your show going? I caught some of it the other day. Well, you saw me in the chat. But for those that don't know, JT, Late Night with Cap, he interviews people and talks about random stuff. I was on his channel once. And we talked about Bigfoot. Shared some Bigfoot stories. That was pretty cool. If you ever want to do another show about weird stuff, JT, I'm in. Let me know. There we go. So, next week, if all goes according to plan, we all are very aware, I would assume, especially if you're in the States at least, that we just recently in the States had a hurricane come through Florida. And one of our YouTube pals over there, Rogue Attraction, he lives in Florida, but if everything goes well, he's supposed to be on my channel next week as I continue my series of teaching YouTubers how to paint. And so you'll want to stop by for that next week. Should be fun. I actually did a reel. A little video, a short. I get those a little confused. I did a short of the painting that we're supposed to work on next week with a dolphin. If you want to check that out later on, you can too. Okay. It's working. It's working. I need that as a clip from Anakin Skywalker. I say that all the time from the pod racing. It's working! It's working! JT is making breakfast. The show is going great. I will have to have you on again soon. The painting looks great. Thanks, JT. JT's great. Makes the best bread. You can also follow JT on Twitter. Some fun stuff on there. You can also find me on Twitter if you don't know, if you're new around these parts. Don't follow me on Twitter though, it's not worth your time. Or maybe it is. It just depends on what you're into. Okay, we're getting our layers going here. Okay. But yeah, I will say with the new Indiana Jones movie, I'm looking forward to it because it's like more Harrison Ford. Sure. I'm curious. But at the same time, you know, a lot of people are not necessarily thrilled with a lot of the directions that newer movies are going. But we are just a hopeful group of folk. You know, hope springs eternal, apparently. And do I anticipate it being a blockbuster success? I do not. But you just never know what might happen. It might be an easy watch. That's what I start referring to a lot of the shows and things that are coming out these days as easy watching. Okay. So, and I'm going to get crucified for this, but like Rings of Power, okay, yeah, I understand. It doesn't respect the lore. I respect that. People are upset about that. I am too. But at the same time, I've watched Rings of Power, and not going to lie, it's easy watching. Like, it's not anything spectacular, but it's pleasant in some respects to watch. Not a lot. I mean, there are some moments where I'm like, whatever, and I cringe. And I don't say that like what is it, like in a trendy way. Like I legitimately cringe. Like my insides just whenever Galadriel's on, which is a shame. I've expressed that on Twitter as well, that she's just not a good, she's a terribly made character for this show. It's horrible. It's abysmal. It's abysmal what they've done to her character. It's really unforgivable too. But there's some else aspects about it that I don't mind. But I don't know a lot about the lore. So that's where I'm like, okay, if you don't know anything about the lore, this show is, like I said, easy watching. It's all right, but it's nothing groundbreaking. It's not something that I want to get the DVD of and watch for years and years and years. Certainly not. But easy watching. Which is kind of disrespectful since Tolkien's stuff is not easy reading. I've read the books. Fantastic work, but Hollywood, what have you done? And I've said this before too, and I stand by it. I think, lore aside, the saddest part about this show is that the main characters are not even the interesting ones. Like Galadriel's super annoying. She's a spoiled brat. And you can say it's a road to discovery. No, at this point in time, she knows who she is, and there's no air of mystery or majesty about the elves. And that's what really ticks me off about this show, to be honest. Like, Galadriel is one of my favorite characters. I think that Peter Jackson did a spot-on job making this like angelic character that you just automatically admire and respect. And they've taken this character and turned her into some spoiled brat. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. So I am super excited to do the Event Horizon. I can't tell you, I can't wait. I'm just so excited to start merging and splurging these colors here. It's going to be fantastic. I am happier with how this is coming along. I still think we have a little ways that we need to go. Obviously. but overall, I'm much happier with how colors are starting to work and my shadowing and things like that. Mountains. This line here, I think, is a little bit too clean. Let's see if we can do some Bob Ross swooshing here. The man, the myth, the legend. I don't think swooshing is the technical term. Dragging it down, softening it, whatever the word term might be. Just call it swooshing. Swoosh, swoosh. Yeah, I wanted to kind of look like it had gravel here, but like mixed in with dirt, you know. So I am trying to go for like a tropical theme with this idea. You know, in a lot of what Indiana Jones, like we remember him in like these Mayan, excuse me if I get the wrong tribe here, Mayan, Incan, Aztec, there we're just kind of cover a lot of bases. What is it, Mesoamerican? I don't know. I'm afraid to say anything anymore unless I mess up. I respect cultures, but I get confused. These jungles. And so I thought it'd be neat if Indiana Jones I mean, like, guys, how cool would that be if Indiana Jones discovered a Stargate? That would be, I'm okay with that. For sci-fi element. Like, we know that most of, if not all of Indiana Jones typically had to do with like ancient historical stuff and a lot of biblical aspects. The Ark of the Covenant and all that, the Holy Grail. But the alien stuff was just weird for me. Very, very weird. And a little too out there. No pun intended. But I think this would be kind of cool. Holocron Library Fox says, speaking of Twitter, you didn't tweet out this stream. I didn't. I'm conducting some experiments there, sir. Just to kind of see, just to kind of try some stuff out. Who's watching, you know, via YouTube, you know. Just kind of see what happens. Just to see how much attention the video gets without advertising. And I've been pleasantly surprised. Although I do appreciate the people that have tweeted out these streams on my behalf. Like, I see that and I'm so grateful and thank you. Thank you for that. I didn't expect it. And I don't mind that it gets put on Twitter. It's just, as I said, myself personally, I'm kind of conducting some experiments just to see how things work. Hello, Achilles Jones. I've just gone and messed up. But we'll come back. We'll find a way to recover. Hope you're doing well. And I want to say a huge, big thank you to all the people that have supported me and supported this channel, helped me get some new supplies by becoming Patreon members. And also the people that have donated to the stream. You'll find that if there is a link in the chat if you are inspired to support the artist. There's that. If you want to find different ways to support the artist, you can buy me a brush, buy me a marker, because those things are expensive, but they make a huge difference when it comes to art and creativity and all that stuff. But there are links to my Etsy account in the description box beneath. If you like some of my artwork, I typically do chibis and things like that as well. I've got some new stuff in the art shop. So you can go check that out with new stuff coming soon. Some holiday attire coming as well. And I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate everybody that's already given. What a blessing. Super thankful, very grateful, and overwhelmed. Here we go. Yeah, and then I am going to, if my pictures turn out decently enough, I am going to be like selling my live stream paintings. Excuse me, I need my coffee here. I have somebody that's already asked about this one, and I said, well, let me just see if it turns out decently. I did sell my Elmo painting. If you saw that on a couple of streams ago, I did the dumpster fire Elmo meme just on a whim, just for fun, and I sold that one. And then, guys, let me take this little moment here. My poor hands. Let me see if I can do this without messing up. So, if you have been watching my painting streams for a while now, you'll remember that I did Medusa. Had a fun go with that. I have finished that painting. I have decided to leave her with the snakes undefined. I honestly, let me turn this a little bit. I wanted all the attention on the face, and I just made the executive decision, and I'm so happy with how that turned out. And then I decided to just give her a little bit of a purple outfit to kind of go with the purple that's in the snakes. And I love that I did that. And then I just added some gold metallic paint to the background just so it wasn't such a harsh green. And I did put a little bit on her eyes here. But I love the story that we all kind of created. You guys helped me along with my journey. That this almost looks like a clay sculpture of Medusa, almost like she's turning into clay or she was sleeping and coming out of clay, right? Instead of stone. And so I like that the face is almost like the face is transforming first into, you know, a human element while everything is still kind of transitioning out of the clay. And we all kind of did that together because I had some help. Lady Marine, she gave me some tips because again, I'm learning along. Like you guys are along with my painting journey with me. It's not just me, it's like you guys with me, and I appreciate that. JT says, super proud of you, Tabitha. You're doing great. Thank you, JT. I'm really trying. And painting along with you guys has really helped me to explore things, to try things. And I wouldn't be able to do this, I think, without the support that you guys have given me. It's really given me some confidence and encouragement. And I just want to say I appreciate you. And then this beauty, if anybody's interested in her, I will offer her for sale. Absolutely. You can hit me up in my email, dreamingtabitha@gmail.com if you're interested. And but yeah, I love her. And then if I might make her as a print available. I think she would be a really fantastic poster. But yeah, try to make all my stuff for sale there because, you know, art is worth sharing, you know. I will say that my Hogwarts one, though, that I did, my first one, is not for sale because I just fell in love with this one. You guys were literally watching me wing this because I didn't know what I was doing. But it turned out so good, I will say. It's not everybody's cup of tea, I know. But man, like when you get really close, it just looks like a hot mess, right? It's just like a bunch of splotchy colors all over the place and whatnot. But guys, man, when you take it down, I'm gonna get this framed. When you put this far away though and everything comes together, wow. I did all this with the palette knife too. I've never done that before. So like I said, you guys are all learning along with me. And oh my goodness, it's Supreme Heretic. Hey, good morning. Hope you are doing well, Drew. I really do. Hope you just keep fighting because you're awesome. Tim's Talk is here. Hey, Tim. Tabitha, I appreciate you. Your prayers and encouragement mean so much. I do what I can, and we all need help from time to time, right? We all need a word of encouragement. We all need some support. I appreciate you guys too. Yeah, Potter. I can hear Tim now. Potter. Tim, the man of mystery. That's who Tim is. You just don't know. You just don't know if you're really talking to the real Tim or not, because he's a man of mystery. Is it Tim? Is it Jim? Well, we don't know. Okay. All right. I'm gonna ponder a little bit. Anonymous, hello, good morning, welcome, welcome. I'm working on my Indiana Jones Stargate crossover, and I'm just too freaking excited to not go ahead and try to start the Event Horizon to kind of bring this together. I'm gonna start doing stuff down here as well, but I want to get started in the middle. I'm so excited about that. So glad you're here. And I did title this "What Will Happen in the New Indiana Jones Film." Now I saw like a little snippet of some leaked footage, and it kind of looked cool, but I didn't get to see a lot of different things in there. Did anybody get to see that? Does anybody actually know, or have they explained what's going to happen in the next Indiana Jones film? Does anybody know? Because all right, so the Event Horizon. Let's see, we do some more squigglies. I'm gonna have so much fun with this one, I believe, this element here. I need to make it brighter though. I think I have the wrong blue. Let's try this one. What is this one called? It is called Corellium Blue. There we go. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I was going to save it for my Patreon members, but I'll give them something else special, some breaking news, whatever. I was actually, for a while, have been planning on doing an Indiana Jones crossover painting. Not like this, but like a portrait painting. And I've been having it in my mind for about a year now, and I just haven't got started with yet. But I can't wait to do it. Oh, it's going to be so cool if I can make it come to pass the way that I see it. Yeah, it's going to be a really cool. So I was kind of sort of doing a series of crossovers. If you've been with me for on YouTube for a little while, you might remember some of my character crossovers that I've done. I did Mr. T as Sir Walter Raleigh, still a personal favorite of mine. And then, it just turned out so good. And then I've done Harley Quinn and Morticia Addams mix up. And I forget who else at the moment that I've done. But, here, we'll just get a foundation going here. And then, who else? But I have other ideas, but this one, I am so flippin' excited. I'm going to do another oil painting of a character crossover with Indiana Jones and somebody else that I'm going to leave as a little bit of a mystery here. I'm okay if I go over Indy a little bit. He's going to get put on there. Here we go. Let me get this going. Things are coming along. My lawyer is expediting the process of me being executor of my mom's estate. As far as the house, I've reached out to a realtor and I'm going to sell once I pay the bank. Okay. Things are in motion. I don't know, Holocron. I just read what was on the bottle. They're really pretty. Blue and green being my favorite colors. All right, we've got a good foundation here. Let me see if I can make it a little. It's not a perfect circle. That's okay. We'll clean things up. It's just a foundation here. Okay. It's supposed to be really bright. Because, you know, the light of 1,000 stars are within it. So. Put it on the edge a little bit. So some of my family came for a visit today. And we're going to be painting some pumpkins. Okay? And if you guys don't mind, I have something I'm thinking about painting on my pumpkin. We used to carve pumpkins. I'm not very good at carving pumpkins, but it's really messy. It's super fun, but it's really messy, and that it's also where I live, we're getting the leftovers or whatever of the Hurricane Ian, So it's really dreary and nasty and cold outside, so we're just gonna paint pumpkins. But so I was just gonna see. I've got an idea of what I'm gonna paint on my pumpkin, but do you guys have any idea? I might, if I can swing it, maybe make a video on my process of pumpkin painting. But do you guys have any ideas? Maybe something you'd like me to paint on a pumpkin you would like to try and see, or just give me some ideas of something you think would be fun. I'm open. I'm open to ideas. Throw some at me. What's going to happen in Indy 5? Well, that depends on who you ask. Joker, I'm glad you're here. So, yes. What's going to happen in the new Indiana Jones film? What are your speculations? You have a lot to say because, keep talking, right? I love carving pumpkins. We wait until the day before they go back. They say like if you douse them in like bleach or something first after you've carved, emptied them out, that it makes them last longer. I can't say that I can be a testimony to that. Make a Michael Myers painting. Oh, I'm not really a big horror person. Maybe I should have thrown that out there. Thank you for that suggestion, though. I have done Jason. What's his name? I don't do horror stuff, so I don't know. Varoom. I had Justin Proper on my channel, and I taught him how to paint Jason. It was a different kind of painting. It got me out of my box, that's for sure, because I'm not a horror person. From what I've heard, the original script got sent back to square one by CEO Bob Chapek. Well, it's not really. Voorhees, thank you. I couldn't remember. Jason Varoom. There you go. There's my character crossover. It's going to be Jason and Lightning McQueen somehow. The crossover we didn't know we needed. I just don't really do scary things. I'm sensitive to them. I still struggle with some irrational fears from my childhood. Jesus lives inside, so he helps me with that. But there's still some things where it just sticks with me. And so I don't put myself in a position to be exposed to scary things like that. Just can't do it. What do you think, guys? Is our Event Horizon looking okay? Looking okay. I'm pretty happy with it. It looks better at a distance, for sure. Which is the cool part about oil painting, and a little bit of the struggle as well. What I think is going to be some sort of compromise. Indy, instead of being killed off, will simply walk off into the sunset, and the female lead will don the fedora and continue as Indiana Jones. Yeah, well, so what happened with his son? Like, is nobody going to just talk about his son? Like, what happened? Any other pumpkin carving? Or not carving, but pumpkin painting ideas, guys? I was thinking of doing a Snorlax pumpkin. With baby Pikachus on it. Distance is key in Impressionism. I don't know if this is considered Impressionism, but yes. And this will be the This will be the final swan song for Kathleen Kennedy. Other cool faces I would paint on a pumpkin would be a Templar-style medieval helmet. That would be cool. I'm gonna try to get this a little bit rounder. Let's see. My niece came over. She's 2, so she's actually pretty good at painting. And so I'm really excited to see what she might make. Now it looks like looking into heaven. Is that a good thing? Just curious, can you eat this Stargate like the other one? No, and you know what, JT? I still kind of regret not turning that, like, not shellacking it or preserving it for the afterlife, because that, by far, is one of the coolest things I have ever made in my life. If you guys don't know what JT's talking about, last Christmas, I made a Stargate out of gingerbread, completely edible Stargate, with the event horizon and everything. Now, I didn't make the event horizon out of gingerbread. I made it out of candy and I put a light behind it and it looked amazing. I'm going to post that in the comment section if you ever want to check that out. One of the best and most amazing creations I've ever made. But it lasted for about 5 months, and then when the weather started changing here, the humidity got to it, and it just, one morning I came and the gold had collapsed my my Stargate. Stargate has fallen. The son, I believe, is killed off screen. The original scripts had Indy dying, and through time travel, younger Indy is also killed, thus erasing him forever. What? Now that you're going in it with more white, it's looking more like an event horizon. It's really probably sparkly, a lot of light coming through. Yeah, I remember that. That is going to be kind of difficult to make it as bright as it should be. We are gonna just, do the best that we can. I don't want to overdo this because then, it gets lost. I might just, this is meant to be the focal point. I think, especially once I get the rock, the stone, what's it called? Oh man, it's not unobtainium. It's not adamantium. It's, what is that special rock that the Stargate themed sugar cookies drew? Absolutely. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna get a piece of paper and a pencil. Yes. Make it so. Oh, I should just do all my favorite franchises as sugar cookies. Stargate. Sugar cookies. And then send them to you. Yeah, what is it called? Inaquita? Yes, you're right. Thank you so much. It has been a while since I've watched Stargate. And I plan to in the future when I finally unwrap my DVDs. But so it's been a little while since I've kept up with the lore. But, guys, this is... Oh, no! I got black on my brush. What in the world? Not the lamp black. Oh, okay. Now it's just gonna... Okay. Breathe, Tabitha. We can do this. Oh. Black is so hard to recover from. Okay. Fan out. Fan out, everybody. Fan out. I'm not overreacting. You're overreacting. Noob Reviews! What up, girl? How are you? I need to talk to you about a painting stream. I had Noob Reviews and Joker Voice, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I have both of these people on my channel teaching YouTubers how to paint. Joker, you can guess what he made. And then Megan, Noob Reviews, made an amazing dragon in flight. Man, her clouds, they were just... brilliant. So good. So good. might have to back off from the Event Horizon for a little bit. Kind of give myself some breathing room. I'll come back to it. Yeah. Says she loves the background. Thank you. This is after it's been fixed. It was starting to go like a weird, cheap Van Gogh kind of thing, but now I've recovered a little bit. I do like the sky. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like almost like daytime aurora borealis. I could have said the Northern Lights, but I wanted to impress you with my command of the English language, which I failed miserably at. Aurora borealis, which technically is Latin, so I didn't fail. I just struggled. That's all. If you ever want to have me on again, we can do something different. I do have other walls that need some decorating. I will be thinking about that, Joker. Okay. I have so much green and blue on my hands. Okay. And I am wearing my Unlocking Lore Be Bold sweatshirt. What was I thinking? So I've got to be extra careful. I don't want Maria yelling at me. But she has a really cool channel where she tells stories. A lot of folk stories. Really amazing job that she does over there on Unlocking Lore. And if you can find her, check her out. She's got some cool stuff. But she told this one story. It's a very gruesome story. I don't remember, to be honest, a lot about this story. But there was one phrase that was in the story that I just clung to and I say very often. And it says, be bold, but not too bold, right? And there's more to the phrase because I think it's lest your heart's blood run cold, but I just like that part. It's like, it's kind of like, go out, be confident, but not too confident. I feel like that's me. Be bold, but not too bold. just right on the level. That's who I am, I think, as a person. I have a couple of old work shirts of my dad's that I use for painting shirts, but then I get paint all over whatever pants I'm wearing. Yeah, I actually have old clothes that I wear. Typically, I just decided, like, I'm just going to go do this, and I'm going to work really hard to not get dirty. So far, I'm doing all right, but I'm now a little bit afraid. I see YouTube messing with me again. I just had to resub to you. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I've noticed some fluctuations in my, what's it called? In my subscriber account. Nothing drastic, but because I knew stuff like that was going to happen. Oh, shoot fire. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. So I knew that was going to happen, but let's see. Nakuda, it kind of has, like, in my perception, a maroon undertone. Very, very faint maroon undertone. Very faint, but I gotta do it. Yeah, I have painting clothes, but I just decided, hey, I'm just gonna go for it. We're just doing it. In my opinion, it does. I do know why they mess with you, Drew. This is, yes, absolutely. Yes, we all know. Check out Drew's channel too if you want the truth. Did I do that right? Is that okay? Here we go. If you do not see maroon undertones in the Stargate and the rocks in there, that's fine. But my photography teacher at college told me that I apparently see colors more vividly than most people. So don't at me if you're like, I don't understand. What are you talking about? Maroon undertones. They're there, okay? I can see them. It's not strong. It's just... But I want to put that... I'm going to put that down as a base coat then. Yeah, Drew, we're all trying our best out here. In the big, vast world that is the internet. So, yeah. I'm not sure how often you stream, I'll be frank, but so I'm pretty on the regular, isn't it? And has quite a few guests on his show as well. Guys should check it. We have like really awesome people in the chat. You should check out Noob Reviews as well. She is just so sweet and fun. And she does, I have a clip, it's my favorite clip, where the basics of the basic gist of Noob Reviews is she knows nothing. But she reads comic books. Like, she's new to the comic book world, and so she wanted to learn more about it. So she's reading comic books, all kinds. Have you learned more about She-Hulk than the rest of us? I haven't. I know She-Hulk's kind of like on the fence with people. People like it, they love it, they hate it. I watched 2 episodes of it. Can't say I'm a fan. I don't know anything about She-Hulk other than she's female Hulk, you know? And so when I watched the show, and if you like the show, that's fine. No problem. But myself personally, not knowing anything about the character, I'm like, I don't understand. This show's weird to me. It's not very entertaining, and as soon as it gets entertaining, it's only like for short snippets of time. And so I've only watched 2 episodes, and I'm like, you know, I could be watching. I'd rather watch Rings of Power. I'd rather watch Rings of Power than She-Hulk, is where I'm at in my life. So, yeah. I think the actress, I don't know really anything about her politics and whatever, but I think the actress is good at her job. I just don't think that they've treated her well in the writing and the character development, but that is just me. I think the actress, she's really pretty, and I think she's very talented. But I just don't like the character they've given her. I've never seen her in anything else either, so I can't be, you know. And I know these are all hot topics. How dare I? But, truth be truth. I don't really branch out. Look, okay, you guys know my story about Stargate. I love Stargate. Never finished Stargate. Continue to go back and just start over from the beginning. Star Trek Next Generation. Love Star Trek Next Generation. Picard will always be my captain, okay? Never finished that series either. I just go back and watch it from the beginning. I am a rerun connoisseur, alright? I just don't finish things because I love the beginning of things, and so I have a hard time finding new shows to like. I just don't. It's not my thing, you know? If I'm just not entertained, if I don't get you know what I watch? I watch baking shows, okay? I'm simple. Like, it's very hard for me to find something to enjoy to watch. And a lot of times I'm just making art while I'm watching TV anyway, right? So, I do not know how Stargate finished. Please do not tell me. Please do not tell me. I never got past season 6, okay? And I watched a little bit of Stargate Atlantis. That's it. Okay, I never even finished that show. So please, do not tell me. I'm already devastated that Janet is dead. But she's not dead. She's just in an alternate universe. JD's been watching Columbo. I have never seen that. I've heard about it. My mom used to watch it, I think. You know what? I like shows like... Okay, look. I'm just not into a lot of stuff that other people are into. I like Murder, She Wrote, okay? I do. I like Murder, She Wrote. I like The Cosby Show. I like Family Matters. I like The Great British Baking Show, okay? Best show. The best kind of show. Everybody loves everybody. And when I say that, I mean like everybody's respectful to one another. They help each other out. It's a competition, but at the same time, it's like, it's just the best. So... Guys, stop spoiling it for me. I know she is in an alternate universe, but like, I can't read the chat anymore. Like, watch Cannon, dude. He's a fat dude who eats a lot and solves crime. I just want to say it's from the 70s. Yeah, I like me some Golden Girls from time to time. Yes, I do. I'm one of those. I'm not like gotta have them on a mug or anything, but I love Rose. Who doesn't love them some Betty White, you know? Okay. I need to get a reference photo for. Well, it might not be of importance to you, but it does depend on the person how important it is. That was a lot of peas, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, I need Stargate. Because I don't know what I'm doing, otherwise I'm going to mess this up. I've never seen Dukes of Hazzard. Okay, so I looked up Stargate ring, and I'm getting the most incredible Stargate engagement rings and wedding rings. Not what I was going for, but really beautiful. Let's see if we can refine this search. Well, that's close enough. It's only a fourth of it, but. Tabs, I have to head out. Be great. Thank you, JT. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Stay awesome. I will probably, in a little bit, have to cut out here too, but I'm just excited to see how this is turning out. But I don't want to. I want to make sure my head's in the game, you know? So. You know what I think is the brilliance of Stargate? You know how we all tend to watch TV? Well, a lot of people tend to watch TV to escape reality, right? To escape the problems of this world. Is that Stargate takes our world and puts it out in the universe, but in a, different way because of if you know the background where they stole, they enslaved the different races of people, or different ethnicity, whatever you want to say, of the people on Earth. And it's just so brilliant how they did it, I think. And then the way they did the Egyptian mythology, and everything ties so well into each other. It's so great. Atlantis, I enjoyed a little more. I mean, it's good. It is good. I love the characters from SG-1. Teal'c, man. So cool. I like when Daniel Jackson tells him he needs to things need to calm down or whatever, and he's like, they will not. They will calm up. Or, domesticated equines could not drag me from you. And Amanda Tapping went on to be a pretty good producer from what I understand. She just went off, carried on her career. Okay, all right. So we're getting a foundation for the ring. And I like the direction it's going in, but I feel like it's just like my mountains and my sky from the original part of the project where it's not sublime yet, but it's going in the right direction, and I like that. That being said, I think this is where I'm going to take the holy paintbrush, set it aside. I like where this is going. I'm super excited, guys. I can't wait to put Indy on here, but I think this is where I'm going to call it a day. So thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Again, if you feel like you want to support the channel, you can find links in the description box or pinned at the top of the chat. But I appreciate you guys being here and just hanging out with me and talking. Yeah, I will make sure to wash my hands. I don't want to get Maria's sweater all dirty. But it's mine, but Rolling Chairs, thank you for being here. And yeah. But I hope everybody has a fantastic Saturday. Happy, October 1st, guys. It is fall. I mean, it's been fall for a couple of days, but like for me, fall doesn't happen until October. Like for me, that's like official fall month. So I think I'm gonna make me some pumpkin spice coffee and get ready to paint pumpkins with my family. And we're also gonna be decorating some cookies and some really fun fall cookies. So it's gonna be a beautiful day on this rainy day. But everybody stay safe. Stay beautiful, stay encouraged. Remember that God loves you and He will come to where you are in your time of need. Look to Him in all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. I found that to be so true in my own life. And just put your trust and faith in Him. Let Him guide you throughout this day. He's such a wonderful, wonderful, loving Father. But hope everybody has a great day. Hope to see you back. We continue to finish off this wonderful painting. Thank you for being here. You guys are the best. I really appreciate you. Bye.